child loss is one of the topics that most parents avoid to discuss, especially when it comes to talking about their family. So being that we are a few days away from celebrating World Child Day, I decided to pick one of my best friends to come and share her story on how she lost 2 babies, the journey she has been through, and right now she has an amazing shop where she's encouraging mommies. So I will allow her to share her story and get inspired. My name is Jalm Sumba. Let's pick it. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Jael.
How are you?
Good.
You well?
Yes, yes.
I would like you to introduce yourself, tell us about your profile, and then give us your story.
My name is Grace Nderitu, Ona Baby Wow. I'm a mother of 5. I don't know if to say 5 or 2. That being, have 2 children at home.
And you look young, very pretty. You can't even tell.
And I have 3 children in heaven. Could we say that have had a miscarriage and lost 2 infants? Yeah. So, yeah, that's who Grace is. So I'd say I'm a mother of 5. When you know 5 is a big number.
Grace, when people looks at you, you smile, you're bubbling, like nobody can tell that this is the journey you've been walking. So what actually happened? Was it medical? Or how did your miscarriage come up?
You know, we all are very excited to get babies.
True.
But we do not talk about the process. Many women do not actually talk about the process.
It is a topic that they do avoid most.
Actually, what happens is we all think when someone gets married or when someone has a partner, we are expecting you in 9 months, max 1 year, you should have something, you know. We are looking at your belly and we want to
something
see.
is happening.
Something is happening. And you know, once someone told me, pregnancy isn't equal to a baby. Now I know and now I understand. Because you see what happened, I got married in 2015. And everything was okay. And we were happy when we conceived. And so we were here waiting 2016. I conceived in 2016, so we were waiting towards the end of the year we'll be having a baby. And I'm among those people when they get pregnant, they really look good. Even I actually think I get a bit fuller, smooth face and all that. And it was a pretty smooth pregnancy, honestly speaking. And so time comes and it is time we go for delivery and we're all excited to get the baby and to take a baby home. So Grace, my partner, took me for delivery. And I was happy baby is out after all the labor drama. Baby is out, and now I'm waiting to be told, congratulations, it's a baby. You know, that's what we all
like. The first time you know, there's a lot of emotional attachments.
So I'm here waiting to be told congratulations, and then I realize the mood in the room is not congratulatory.
It's not
and I'm
thinking,
what's not happening here? Yeah. And so you know what happened? My partner, who was just outside the delivery room, gets called in. So the attention ceases from mommy, baby, and now they are calling my partner. And at that point is when I realized maybe something is wrong. And I asked them, is something wrong? And now someone tells me something is actually wrong. What happened for our first baby, we called him Ethan. What happened for Ethan was he was born with a condition. It's called gastroschisis, where baby is born with the intestines outside the abdomen. And so that is an emergency case.
True, sure.
So at that point, we needed the person who is able to handle with the emergency, definitely not me, because now I'm still in the labor.
That confusion.
Yes, I'm still there.
Mode.
Yes. So yeah, they call my husband who comes in, and at this point, we need to transfer baby to a referral hospital where they are able to handle the situation. So baby was taken. And sadly, allow me to mention this, someone suggested that we should actually just forget about the baby. I mean, yes, we know the situation may be bad, but give us some hope.
Yeah.
Like, how do you tell me it's my first baby to abandon?
You can imagine.
Yeah. But
anyway, that was one of the saddest statements ever.
Let me tell you, when I was given that information, I thought that is cruel.
Very.
But it is life. It is life. I think I've gotten to a point where I appreciate life is life. And I think life was meant to be tough. So when you have good and happy moments, enjoy them. So yeah, we took the baby to a referral hospital. And then we figured in that referral hospital, also because of that kind of welcome, that's not a good welcome. So I'm thinking the mood was not good to help that situation. So we transferred that baby to another hospital, and we started the journey of trying. Now this is more of reconstructive surgery, because now we're trying to get the abdomen, the intestines back,
yeah.
and close up the abdomen. We tried this for surgery after surgery for like 2 weeks. And then and I don't know why this happens, when we thought like, thank God we're about, things just went south. I remember that day, it was on the 21st of October.
At that time, already you're discharged from the delivery hospital.
Yeah, like I couldn't even stay myself. Like I remember even when we were going to look for the hospital, because baby went to that particular hospital in an ambulance. I went via taxi. They found me there, and when I got there, I remember when I got the ladies there, I'm like, we're here, we're bringing a child in, and then they're asking, where is the mother? And with the friend I was with, they're like, this is the mother. They're like, no, you sit, because I couldn't stay in hospital. What am I doing? What am I doing? So what happened is, we took the baby there, and the day he passed on, I was so hopeful, because we were there every day. We'd leave the hospital at night, go sleep. They encourage you to go sleep for your own sanity, then come back the following morning. And I remember in this particular day, child, honestly, I knew this baby we are taking home. Like at that point, because you can see progressively how baby is taking treatment, how are things. And then just there, and I remember it was over lunch hour, friends had come to see us, and I had, Mama Ethan, please come. And I was like, me? Because she came and she looked like whatever she was addressing needed some urgency.
And
I was like,
attention.
yes, but I'm like, my baby is fine, can be me. So I asked her, me? Yeah, she told me, Mama Ethan, come. And I followed her. I watched my baby go. I remember them trying to resuscitate him. I remember having had every spiritual thing you've ever had. Maybe try hold your baby. Maybe talk to your baby. I literally held him with the tubes. And I told him, baby, you cannot go. Like, come back. Like, you cannot go. Come back. And you're surrounded by so many specialists. Everyone is trying something. They try this. I don't know what they do. And then they say they do this. Then they try research. And I could see the curve is not straight. And then they could tell me, that's not his, that's yours. His is flat. You see the way you look at that, what is it called? The thing that monitors the heart rate. And I could see kidogo, and I'm getting a bit of when they tell me, no, it's not his, it's yours. And I remember I wailed. At this, and I don't know why, at this point, my husband had been called to the office urgently, shortly, Ilya, I'm coming back. And I could not understand why this is the moment that baby goes. And so baby went, and it was heartbreaking. I was not prepared.
That is after 2 weeks.
Yes, now this is on 21st. Then that's 2 weeks after birth. And I could not understand why this baby left. I don't know, you feel some form and type of insufficiency in the sense we tried everything we could. Why our first baby? And also there's a question we also tend to ask, why me?
Yeah, true. Yeah, actually that is the most lingering question. Why? Why me?
Yeah.
Why just me?
And for me it was like, why me? And yeah, but now we had to accept it. And then also now, because baby had lived for 2 weeks, in our traditional, in our African settings, there's a tendency now we had to arrange a burial, took baby up country, buried the baby, and yeah, came back broken, I'll tell you, came back wondering what is it to life. And then there's always that feeling, honestly speaking, there's that feeling of, what did you not do? Then you're wondering, do you get another baby, quote unquote, there's a void that you probably want to fill in.
True.
Yeah, it was an uncomfortable situation. It was uncomfortable, but I didn't know. I didn't know what lied ahead. I thought that was uncomfortable, but I didn't know. So that was 2016, 2017, early 2017. I miscarried. I was happy that probably get another baby. Miscarried at 3 months. But I think I really wanted to have a baby. When I went to hospital, they told me it was a blighted ovum. Now, many years later, though then I felt the pain, I have come to appreciate that the way God has created us, they tell us, is if the infusion at conception, it doesn't happen right, the baby will try and expel it instead of having a baby with some form of challenges. So yeah, so I was told I had a blighted ovum. So yeah, went for cleaning, went home, start life again. Yeah. Then again get pregnant again in 2018. 2018, by now, at this point, you know there's also some form of piling of loss. You've lost a first baby, you've miscarried. Now this is what year? You got married in 2015, that's 2016, 2017, 2018. Now this is 3 years.
3 years,
no
yeah.
baby yet. And now also with the loss,
And there is a lot of fear in between.
fear and a lot of advice.
Exactly.
We are an African
I
society,
know.
so you have,
So
being a Christian, there is, you're told see pastor who, see pastor who, see
Yeah.
pastor who. Then they will come and tell you traditionally try this, haven't you tried this? I had it all. So
And being someone who is in need definitely will have to.
you will try, trust me, you will listen, and at that point you will have to really ask yourself, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Like
true.
you really have to make your decision. But yeah, 2018 comes and I'm expectant again, and this one I was not going to take chances. You know the way we do, private gyna, private what, you're not gonna miss anything. And because also in the first one I had done so many scans, and still they were not able to see from the scan that baby had an issue. Even from the abnormally scan, they didn't see it. At the anomaly scan, they didn't see it. Now for this one I was very careful, like everything,
Every step.
we could not miss. So full pregnancy, but now at 3 months I was put on bed rest for this particular one. And because I'm not also taking chances, I started seeing I had some bleeding. So when on hospital they had given some medications, and then I was told to take bed rest. So I took bed rest, closed my shop. By then I was doing tailoring, closed shop, went home, bed rest. 6 months bed rest. And now it's time to have our baby. April 10th, go to hospital, deliver, go home with a baby.
Very positive.
For positivity,
You are one of the people that you can be trusted.
I knew I'm going home with a baby. So we go, and I go to deliver, and everything is okay. Baby is delivered, and by then I knew you need to check the upper gas call. You know those things that you never care about as long as you get a baby. The baby comes out, the first one was 8, and then the next one was 9. And I'm like, yeah, with such high scores, what can go wrong? Like for me, nothing could have gone wrong. But now, unfortunately, what happened, my afterbirth took a while. So, because now you have to wait for it to get
to
out.
come out.
So what I did, I just waited, but I could see my baby. And baby was crying. And for me, crying means it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Like
it is a good sign.
Yeah, we're all
The
waiting
baby's
for baby's first cry. Yeah. So baby cries, and then because I think the afterbirth is taking long, they told me, you know what, let's take baby to the nursery as we wait for you to come. And I'm like, that's okay. So baby was taken to the nursery, and mommy is here. After I was done, I went to my ward, and now mommy is ready. Mommy is ready to hold the baby. So I called nurse station. I'm like, I'm here, naona nimemaliziwa, and I'm ready to get my baby. And the nurse tells me, daktari anakuja. Daktari atakuletea. I wait a little bit longer, and I call again.
Daktari afiki.
Daktari anakuja. I'm like, I gave birth, healthy baby, what's the problem? Then, it was in the evening. I saw 3 people come in. I saw my gyna come in, I saw the pediatrician come in, and I saw the chief nurse coming in. And when I saw the 3 of them, I didn't even ask them, where is my baby? The first words in my mouth were, do not tell me he is dead. That was all for me. Like, so they froze, because now you see it's not, however they had prepared to break the news, is me now attacking them, and I'm like, do not tell me that he is dead. And so they start saying, oh, you know, we tried. At that point, what do you mean you tried? I was not sad. I got angry. Some form of anger I felt, like you'd chew someone. Like, I was so
now
angry.
your mistakes.
I was so angry because I could not reconcile an upgas call of 8 and 9 to a dead baby. You do not even take me. How do you come and tell me at this point he's dead? So I told them, I want my baby. I want my baby. So they took me to the nursery, saw the baby, not breathing. And I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, you look healthy, man. Why? So it was quite the second loss, the second child who passed on. He passed on after 2 hours. That was hard. That was hard. That hit me hard. I think now that I can compare, the second one was tougher. Maybe because I was not prepared. Maybe it is the piled up pain of the loss that now it was just break. But the second one was hard. And I lost myself. From that point, I'll not lie to you. I lost myself. 2018, I just lost myself. It's at that point where if you are a Christian like me, God does not make sense.
We are done.
At that point, I even remember telling my husband, we are done. Me and God, we are done. Completely. Because how? I lose a first baby. I miscarry.
Yeah, now third one.
How much time does, I don't remember how much strength can one person have? Yeah, so that was hard. I remember even when I was discharged in hospital, because I also now, because of when I started venting and I went into a state, I lost so much blood. Lost so much blood that when they were ready to discharge me, I remember telling my husband, they want to discharge us tomorrow. I don't think we'll go home. The way I'm feeling, I don't think so. So I had to be transfused because I lost, in that altercation, a lot went on, and yeah, I lost so much blood, so I stayed in hospital longer. The moment now that you are to go home, let me tell you, I did not want to let go of this child to the point. I gave birth in the evening. I told them to wrap for me my baby. They do not put him in a box like some hospitals tend to do. To wrap my baby and give me my baby. So I had one night
with your baby
to spend with that baby who's not breathing. So yeah, he was just there until now, the following morning, and I think at that point now, there's nothing much you can do. So yeah, I released him. But I was different because I remember when I was being told that we need to bury him, I told my husband, nope, me, I'm not burying another child. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I can't be that mine is just burying one child. Me, I'm done. So yeah, but either way, he was like, you have to do it for your closure. So they forced me, went to Langata, and we laid him to rest. Yeah, it was quite something.
Painful.
But now you can imagine what that did to me as a person.
I know.
It broke me.
Left you heartbroken.
That thing broke me. Remember, the career or whatever I had going had closed to carry a pregnancy to term. So I don't have a career. The child that you were supposed to hold after all this is gone.
It's normal.
So there's no child. So what am I going back to do? So I remember just staying home. And then I also got, because I was very angry. This one was angry. I was very angry. But then one day, in that, just the first weeks of post whatever, in that, let me tell you, after we buried, we went up country. It was in 2018. I think you can remember there's a time it rained so much that even the Rift Valley cracked. It was during that time. And when I was going up country, this is what I had in mind. Next to our home, there's Migori River. If it is full, it gets really full. This was my plan. We will go, and because as usual, tukitoka hapa Nairobi, when we get there, we will get there late. In the morning, I will wake up very early and go throw myself in that river. I didn't tell anyone, but that was my plan.
But you had suicidal thoughts.
So the following morning, I woke up, picked myself. I remember I was wearing a purple dress, walked to the river, and I was like, you know what, me, I cannot
At that point, your husband didn't sense that you're not ready.
He didn't know. Because you see, I woke up early.
But being that
sleeping.
that duration we've been together, he didn't even notice that my wife is not stable right now.
You know, I have lost, but he has also lost.
You're both mourning.
We are both in our own states. And then for men, you see now, when, for example, if it's planning for the burial and what, that's, you know, men are the ones who do all that. You just show up. So it's also, I gave him grace. There's a lot that was also going, and he equally has lost. So we are all in some form and state of something is going on. So I woke up that morning and went to the river. But I was so sad. The rain that had rained here, unfortunately, it was not as much in Migori. So it was so heartbreaking for me to go to a not so full river. So I went. I just sat, because the river is there, but
there is no water.
There's no water.
Heavy water.
So I just sat at the shore and cried. I think I cried for over 1 hour. And it was early morning. So by the time the sun is rising, it's now hitting me at the river. The guy who got me out of that place is cows started coming. And then some guy, some drunk guy came, started hitting on me. Now that's what got me now. And but now, at the time I'm getting home, my husband is already up. His first thoughts are, where is Grace? He's like, ama amejirusha kwa choo. But I think my husband had already sensed I could be suicidal, because even after I lost the baby, he says he thought I would throw myself from the 6th floor. So what he did, he went and stood against the window so that I don't throw myself. That was the first thing. Then on this day when he comes looking for me and he doesn't find me, he starts thinking, has she thrown herself in the toilet? Kwani, where is she? What happened? Like I found him in a state. And now when I showed up, he's like,
Usinifanye hivyo tena.
He told me, Grace, whatever you want, if you want us to take weed, we will. If you want us to go drinking, we will. What do you want?
Tell me anything you want.
What you want, we will do it. But yeah, 2018 tore me. It tore me into pieces. And at that point, I was done. So yeah, but yeah, 2018 was quite something. Then after that, I came back to Nairobi because either way life has to move on.
How long did you stay in the village?
We didn't stay long. I think we stayed in the village. That baby passed on in April. Went to Migori for, I don't remember how long. Then I came back. Then now Migori is my husband's place.
Oh.
Then now after that I came and went to my mom's. And I equally went and stayed to my mom's. Now by this time it's almost end of July, August. And why I remember the timing is I remember when I came back, a friend of mine came to see me in the house and she told me, Grace, I saw you stay in this house for such a long time. During your pregnancy, you're on bed rest. You can stay here longer. You will die. And I looked at her and asked her, what do you want me to do? I don't have a job. I don't feel like I want to go back stitching. I do not want to go back stitching. So, what do you want me to do? Good thing because she's my friend. Before that, she had told me the way how she wanted to start Mutush business. I told her, you see that Mutush thing you've been saying you want to start? Unless we do that.
Try it, yeah.
But me, I'm not doing anything. I cannot stitch again. I have lost 3 children stitching. The memories I cannot tell. So yeah. And when now I came back from Mombasa, my dad had given me 20,000. And that's all the money I had between me and
you used
poverty.
To stay in Mombasa?
My parents.
Okay.
My parents still are in Mombasa. My dad had given me 20,000 and that's all the money I had. And then now my friend comes tell me we can try something. And so we looked at the money between me and her. And yeah, that's how we started, she picked me and we went to start selling Mutush clothing. And back then, what is interesting is, your friends will look at you and think, you're a graduate. This was my experience. You're a graduate, what are you going to do in Mutush?
I know the feeling. You know, we have that mentality that being that you're educated with the profession, you need to be in a very big office, doing some great work. Sio mambo na kwenda kuitana chukua hii leta hii.
Especially now you see kwanza back then, you see that on lately you can go thrift. We are even now calling it thrift. Then it was not thrift. Then it was Mutush.
I know.
It was Mtumba. And then we went and got ourselves a kibanda. But when I was going there, honestly, I wasn't going there for the money. I was going there to leave the house. Because at Mimi, I was among those people who wondered, Mutush.
Mimi. Actually, you ask yourself, Mimi.
Yes. I even remember when I told it to my mom, she told me, Grace, mtu anaangalianga bwana yake ni nani.
Ufanye kazi unataka kufanya.
Yeah, and I told her, Mom, I'm not doing this for anything. I'm doing this for me. Grace needs to heal. And that's where my healing journey began. Because at 2018 broke me. Like, I had gotten to the bottom of the bottom. Like, there was no... Because also in the same 2018, accidentally, my appendix ruptured. And once you see, when it ruptures, it has to be open surgery. So same 2018. So 2018 was quite dark. So it was literally trying to get myself out of this particular dark space. So yeah, that's how I went to Mutush. Sat there, my friends, honestly, I can remember people coming to see. But you know what's the good thing is, if they're coming to see and they have children, they'll still buy.
True.
So even if I'm going to see Grace and I'm wondering, Mutush, kweli, toy, they'll still buy. Because if you have a child, you've got, nini ngapi? Yeah. So yeah, that's how that was the starting of my healing journey. I'd never thought myself as someone who can sell baby clothing, honestly. It was,
And why specifically did you choose to focus on baby clothes?
I didn't choose it. That's the thing. I did not choose it. No,
it just came automatically.
You see now, this is someone's dream. This was someone's dream. It was not my
I
dream.
I get you.
No, it wasn't mine.
You are just there to
Me, I
push
was
time.
there to push time because you could find, we could be, you know how women are in the market. You could
Yeah.
find me with women, we are storytelling, and then you know what? I start crying. And the first time it happened, those mamas who were around my kibanda, Grace, what's wrong? Tumefanya, what have we said that is wrong? And I remember telling them, it's not you. I'm just dealing with something, and it is okay. And this would happen almost every day. Or now what happened is also because then is when I think social media marketing on social media had started, would also post online. And I remember one client I will never forget. She called me and she had 2 children, 2 boys. And the age of those 2 boys were exactly where my sons would have been. That
is so
I even
painful.
remember her house
Actually,
up to
it will
date.
have to trigger memories.
That up to date hurts. And I remember asking God, surely. And she's here telling me, bring me clothing for a 2-year-old and for a 4 months baby. And I'm like, surely.
Are you sent?
Surely. That
know.
That hurt me. But now what Mtush did for me, I got so engrossed into selling baby clothing, I forgot my problems. And then we got to a place where I remember then customers would come and tell me, Grace, nimenunua lakini sijisikii kwenda nyumbani. So can I just stay here
With you.
And imagine you just sit and just talk. And nothing in particular, just talk.
And laugh.
Yeah. Then that's the time I realized women who have children at home, young children, have a longing for adult conversations. And once delivered, then, because it was Mtush, you know what used to happen? I'd carry clothing for delivery, get into a matatu, get into a bike, get into whatever, and go find someone who has a baby and they're going through that colic phase, and someone tells me, Grace, nisaidie kidogo tu. Me, I'm a vendor. Please note, I've come to deliver clothing. And here someone is trusting me with her baby. Nisaidie tu. And I did that. Please, Grace, don't go. Just sit. Talk a little bit longer. And I'll just sit and touch up a story to nothing in particular. Just
And
for
you're
that.
a strong lady.
I don't think it is strength.
For most ladies, definitely you'll break down. You'll break.
I don't think it is strength. I think also, now when I look at it in hindsight, my business became like a baby. Whatever, that space, probably children would have had. I think I gave it to my business. And so when I come, and I remember even telling someone, if I come to serve you, I'm doing it like, am I dressing my children? So yeah, and that's how I started. I keep, even when people come to my shop now and ask me, how did you settle for this business? I did not. This one came for me from wherever I was. And yeah, then after that, now COVID came, we changed the business now from tush to new clothing, simply because COVID brought some challenges in the Mtush industry. Those in Mtush understand. The qualities changed and all that.
And
so
it went down actually.
a lot. It changed completely. You look at clothing would get before COVID, and after COVID, completely changed. The fashion sense changed. So went to new clothing. Now we bring in brand new, maybe clothing from the UK, and we have loved that space. And not because of what the business offers us, but because we are able to talk to moms. And I think the beauty that I'm now finding and the healing that, you know, healing is continuous.
True.
That I'm finding is when a mom comes and tells me, Grace, ile time nilikuwa na mimba. There's a time I was pregnant and I was just saving posts from baby wow wow, but I lost my baby. But I said, the fact it's a connection point of when someone comes and tells you, I have a baby in NICU. And you can understand them. Not in theory. You know what it takes to have a baby in NICU. It is what it takes when friends come and tell me you have a baby shower, but baby came early, but we don't know. And it's you telling them, you guys forget about the registry. show up for your friend.
True.
And so for us, I think for me now, the healing and just the experience of raw motherhood, because I think I keep saying motherhood is messy. It has those things. I think that is where we are finding our healing. And that is where we are finding the sense of what we do. It's honestly now changed from just selling baby clothing.
Actually, it was the best therapy for you.
For me now is that. Because when you come and we are talking about it, I remember even when people ask me, and you're able to talk about it, and I tell them, you know what? I think I have healed. And child, I think I have healed.
And you know, the good thing I love about ladies, once, you know, story starts from nowhere and you become friends and you open up and talk. That is the best thing about women. So I know also choosing that part was the best for you because you are interacting with women. Probably I also have my own I'll have and share, come and share with you.
Let me tell you, how many times have someone shopped, then you see them putting their bags aside and then they're like, can we just talk? And they talk and they talk and it's just around motherhood. It's all about, it's around children, it's around fertility struggles, because also fertility is quite something. Like now when I tell people, God by his own mercies and grace, we finally got our first baby in 2020. We have 2 girls, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh, wow.
And you can imagine, you can imagine. Now
God
you know.
responded.
God responding, even now telling someone it's not easy to have a child after so many losses. Because as guys, I knew how to take care of self for pregnancy. I didn't know how to handle a baby after they are born. For our first child, we didn't name her until I think 7 days. My husband told me, we are not shopping, nothing.
I know. That's
we are
stigma.
not coming up with the names. What names? He said, until we have a baby in this house, not in the hospital, mpaka tumlete nyumbani. Until that point is when we can give her a name. And so because we didn't know even if we would have any other. Our firstborn girl has a name from my hubby's side, has a name from my mom's side. It's like she was everything. Kila mtu atakuwa anasema, there's a little bit of me and there's a little, like literally she has so many names because we thought that is all. Yeah, but it was quite something. And also now the fear, like you're holding baby and you're thinking,
I know. Actually, the first moment you are given to hold the baby, so you're like is she breathing? Is she okay? Anything you see as a risk. Anything is. It was quite something. But I'm glad and I'm grateful, and I keep saying, motherhood is motherhood. No manual, no nothing. It comes with its own fair share, and there's a lot that comes with motherhood. But I think mothers are the strongest. There's something. I don't know. At times we say it and it sounds like it's cliche, but motherhood is quite something. It's quite something. And even as we are looking at infant loss and talking about infant loss, I want it to be a common conversation. Do you know why? Because you do not know how lonely it gets. True.
Your friends don't know how they will help you. They do not even want to come. I had someone who tell me, I know people are talking behind my back. Others were sending, go tell her, to tell her to try. It's very lonely. And you don't even want to hear that about yourself. And not to imagine that is happening at your lowest moment.
I know.
You know, at your lowest moment. So it's a conversation even in our shop. We want to normalize that conversation. Because yes, statistics say almost 1 in 4 women either miscarry, lose a child, or something. So you can imagine how many women go through that. There's so many. But we talk about it.
Rarely.
We don't talk
Rarely.
about it.
Actually, like majority of the women, we prefer holding it back.
Yeah, because it also comes with, it looks like it's a shameful thing. Yet it's not your fault.
True.
It's not your fault. And so we are finding beauty in that space where not just sell clothing, but offer a community where we all belong. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter whether you're struggling with fertility. I said, I got my the first baby came into our home 6 years later after we got married. It doesn't matter whether you've miscarried. It doesn't matter how many babies you've buried.
You know, Grace, as we talk, you know, probably there could be someone somewhere asking, how did you work out strong? Did you have to book therapy classes? And then were there any complication in between before you got the baby?
Let me tell you. Therapy was suggested, not by one, by many people. But I told them the truth. You, my friends, will be my therapist. There's a friend whom I bled on. Like, sorry, but I literally did emotion. I dumped. It was emotional dumping. Literally. She tells me I'd cuss. I'd call names. I'd do, like, she's like, damn, si uliongea. That's what she literally says. But I came to go for therapy much later. My healing, I think I just chose, this is how I'm going to do it. I didn't want to go therapy. I felt like I don't want someone who doesn't know me trying to see like they want to fix me. Even I remember one day going to church and I was ready for therapy. And among the caveats I had is, have you lost a child? If you haven't, I'm sorry. We can't have this conversation. Because I don't want to tell me it is well. You don't know.
I know.
I don't want you to tell me, among the things people also say, among the hurtful things people say is, you're still young. Young for what? Young to bury?
A loss is a loss. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter
what
about
am I
the
young
age.
for? I don't understand. There are many things people say that are out of line. And yes, I know therapists are trained, but for me, it really made sense if I'm talking and I'm opening up to you. Maybe if you've walked in my journey, maybe if you have a glimpse of how dark this side is.
Yeah, true.
I don't want theories. I don't want other people's stories, raw and personal.
Talk to me if you have a taste of
Yes,
it.
yes. And I think that's how I got one lady in charge. We had 1 or 2 coffees, but I felt still no. So my healing was from emotional dumping. In this time and era, I know that's unfair, but she was graceful enough. She allowed me. It took a while. And I think also the business helped a big deal. Because now it's when I'm looking at it, like I've told you, it feels like it's more of my baby. It's because even now, it's detaching is difficult. I feel kama nimeilea to a point where as a child, I think it was more of my healing. And I keep saying, if you're going through a hard time, look for something that looks so simple that you're able to achieve, then you'll tell yourself, well done. Then take something else that's a little bit complicated, then you're able to achieve it, then you tell yourself, well done. Before you realize it, you've made so much progress in your healing. And that's the approach. And I think for me, in my head, even when my friend took me to Mtush, I was like, inakaa kitu rahisi. I think I can hack it. And that way, that's how I healed. It was progressive. And just getting also to hear that people are also they have their fair share. Yeah,
So, Grace, as we wrap up, probably, what advice can you tell for those ladies who have had child loss? And then probably you tell us how can people locate you?
For people who've had child loss is messy. Child loss is chaos. It's lonely.
Yeah, true.
It's very lonely. If you can, go for therapy. Don't use my method. God was gracious enough to give me someone. Go for therapy. Now I've come to appreciate the place of therapy. Number 2, don't lock yourself. Don't lock yourself. Try look for a support. I keep saying, even if it's us, baby wow, come to us. Us guys are. If you want us to stop everything and just sit with you and have a chat, we will. Because at the end of the day, it's just being able to release
the grief you have.
Yes, mourn, and don't give yourself timelines. Some days you may feel strong, some days you will not.
True.
Some days you'll be a wreck. It is okay. But just one day at a time. But don't close yourself behind closed doors. Don't close yourself back. And that's the time that you know who your true friends are. That's for sure.
And congratulations for starting Baby Wow Wow. Probably people will ask, what does Baby Wow Wow does apart from clothing?
Basically, our main business is the clothing. But now on the side, we are very big on supporting moms. We are the kind of place, we are in a society where, you see Kitambo, people had a society. You had your mom to ask X, Y, and Z. You had your aunties, you had who to support you.
Nowadays, people are busy.
So what we are doing is just providing a society, a space where we can just talk. A space where we can just be able, how can we be able to assist one another? Like I remember there are people who come and ask me things totally unrelated to even what we say. Someone's like, I have cracked nipples. What do we do? With the wealth of knowledge that we have, we will offer it. We are just building a community for moms to belong. Because now, lately, we don't have the society.
True.
We'll have to look for our own society. Probably you're the first one amongst your friends
Yeah, sure.
to have a baby. So whom are you asking? You're either Googling, and then Google will give you all the responses. Whatever you're looking for in Google,
what
you
you
will find. Whatever you're looking for, you will find.
Yeah, true.
So we're in that space of saying, if you're having your midnight feeds and you're wondering what is wrong, imagine if you DM us. I keep saying, you DM us, someone will respond to you. Whatever it is you're going through, come. We're just here to support. We're not asking anything from you. We're just here to support and just see how can we have better moms who are mentally okay, like they're taking care of their mental health. Because at the end of the day, you might just find yourself alone.
True.
Yeah. So
true.
we are a support based kind of a shop. How do we support each other? Because I feel
sure.
motherhood is so lonely.
I know.
It's so lonely. You don't even know who to ask. And you know what are some of them easiest questions? Even some things are not even difficult.
It is a journey that needs a company. Like you can't walk alone. You can't walk alone.
Let me tell you. Someone will come and tell you. A simple question is, yes, I'm expecting baby's coming. How do I choose my clothing? That's a simple question. You may think it's simple because you have
the clothes.
Or because you've done it before. Or because you've done it before.
Exactly.
Ask a first time mom. They're like, it's that place of where do I start? I'm going to the hospital. What do I need to carry? And it's just an easy way of supporting each other without asking anything in return. Yeah.
So Grace, thanks so much for sharing with us. It is such an inspiring story, especially to mothers who have lost babies. This is such an inspiring story, and I'm sure it will inspire so many.
Thank you,
also I'm sure my people will follow and check Baby Wow Wow.
Baby Wow Wow.
That's why we'll have to tag along and check Baby Wow Wow.
And they're welcome.
So thanks so much, Grace. I so much appreciate for your time. Shukran sana.
Thank you, child. We appreciate too.
And to my people, do I really have anything to add on apart from enjoying Baby Wow Wow? Till next time, I'm your host, Yalbsuba. Bye-bye.